Hi, I'm Danielle, and this is Chatter Out Loud, a podcast where I share thoughts and TV commentary on shows I like to watch. Now, before I start, I want to ask that you go ahead and like, follow, share, and subscribe. And on YouTube, where I upload my companion episode of my podcast, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This way you can get a notification every time I post a new episode, and you won't miss out. So welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Your presence is very much appreciated. Okay, so I wanted to come on really quickly before tomorrow night's episode, the live eviction, and just chat a little bit about tonight's episode. First, I need to correct myself from what I watched on the episode tonight. Summer didn't pick Helena as her house guest choice in terms of the power of veto players. I thought if she had picked Helena, that would have been a bad read for Summer, but she didn't. She picked JC Lynn. During the veto game, it didn't look like Josh threw the power of veto to Helena, and Helena won on her own, and that's good for her. It did look, though, like Josh wasn't trying as hard. It looked a little sus, so I'm not sure what's going on there. The secret power. My stream at that time when they were getting into the secret power, it was going in and out. But from what I saw, JC Lynn earned the power. She had to find clues and then solve a puzzle for the secret power of veto. And if she told anyone before the power of veto ceremony, she would be immediately evicted from the house. So she had to keep it to herself. The secret power of veto was the ability to remove a nominee even after the regular veto was played. In the end, JC Lynn decided not to use it. Both she and Gino believe that Marty is not coming after them, and he is a shield for the two of them. And I found this line of thinking to be very risky and less than smart. First of all, didn't their plan begin with wanting to backdoor Marty? Yes, it did. Second, has Marty betrayed Gino 3 times now? They keep saying 2, but technically 3. He didn't choose Gino in that chain of safety. And so the answer to, has Marty betrayed Gino? Yes, he has. And he'll do it again. Marty has no loyalty to anyone but himself. He can claim he has loyalty to people, but he has shown and proven in his gameplay he has no loyalty. Third, the main targets in the house are Marty and then the showmans, right? That doesn't leave a lot of room for them to feel so safe in the house, right? And they meaning Gino and JC Lynn. So now who's feeling comfortable in the house? Gino. And last but not least, will Marty target the showmans? The answer is yes, but not before he targets the rest of the black people in the fictitious Cookout 2.0 alliance. And if for whatever reason he misses a shot at any of them, Gino and JC Lynn are next. He won't go after Kevin, and he won't go after Helena. So again, JC Lynn feels very comfortable in the house, very confident. And I think that puts her game in jeopardy. Right. One observation I made during the Power of Veto game they played, I thought it was pretty cool. They had to take the water gun, fill it with water, and knock out all of the plaque off of the teeth before starting their puzzle. The puzzle was a platform that floated in water, so they had to not only solve the puzzle, but keep it balanced so the puzzle pieces would stay put. By the way, the puzzle was of a tooth, right? It was 3-dimensional. Well, 3-dimensional. Well, it's 2-dimensional, right? But, yeah, 2 sides. Anyway, the puzzle was of a tooth. The theme of the game is getting to the root. I thought I heard them say that. And it was sponsored by Philips Sonicare. So it was all about teeth. And it was all about teeth, right? Kevin was dressed as a tooth. He was the host of the game. And the water guns were supposed to be water flossers, like Philips Sonicare water flosser. And one of the moments I laughed was when Helena ran back to begin her puzzle. She jumped in and slipped in the water. And Kevin, as the host, he goes, and Helena dives in. And she didn't mean to dive in. She slipped. All right, at the power veto ceremony, I think I may have mentioned this earlier, the regular power veto and the super power veto, the secret power, were not used. And Moose and Summer remain on the block, and one of them will go home. It's looking like Moose, but we'll know for sure during the live eviction episode tomorrow. And finally, where one would think the secret power, that secret power veto would be the highlight of the episode, it wasn't. Quite frankly, that secret power veto was underwhelming. I mean, the flowers, the finding the clues, the puzzle, going in different doors, and even how they exposed the veto in the box with the dry ice, all underwhelming. In my opinion, it was very underwhelming. It probably would have been more exciting had some of the twists been shown on the live feeds, but I don't think BB Canada Productions interested in giving the live feeders much, right? The feeds are down a lot. They're not interested in us knowing anything more than what they would like us to see in terms of the edits that they show. And I suspect if they continue that trend, their ratings will get even lower, right? This is the second. I read another article where they continue to say they're barely making the top 30. So I don't know. That secret power was underwhelming, right? And it should have been the highlight, but it wasn't. And do you know why it wasn't the highlight? It was because Miss Summer told us and all of Canada, whomever had that secret power veto and didn't want to use it on her could kiss her black ass. While we haven't seen this side of Summer, the way they've been bashing her for no legitimate reason, the way Marty yelled at her and kicked her out of the room, the disrespect, Gino wanting to teach her a lesson and I understand where Summer's coming from. She has the way she's been treated in the house. It's within her right to sound off like that. I chuckled. It would be even sweeter if she won the next HOH. That'll be the last laugh, right? Because she'll at least get one of the three of them out: Marty, JC Lynn, or Gino. That will be a good sound off, in my opinion. But anyway, I chuckled. We want to see that power shift, so I'm wishing Summer the next HOH. That's if she survives the block, right? We think that Moose is going home. That's what it looks like, but you never know. The way Helena and JC Lynn have been bashing her, I don't know. But you have to let me know what you think. All right. And that's all I have, really quick. So be sure to come back and give me a listen. I'd love for you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I appreciate that. All right. My name is Danielle, and you're listening to my podcast, Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I appreciate your support. And that's all I have. So thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.